In the studio now, we've got the actor Todd Carty. You'll know him from The Bill, from EastEnders, from all sorts of things going back hundreds of years.
Absolutely.
Actually, child star and all that sort of thing. But now we've got to say the director Todd Carty as well, have we not?
We have indeed, yeah. I've got my first directorial debut film coming out called The Perfect Burger.
I think The Perfect Burger should have 2 tiers to it. You know?
Yeah.
And tomato, mayonnaise. Is this? We're talking about real burgers here? Is that
We're talking about real burgers with a twist.
Which is?
It's loosely based on Sweeney Todd, but instead of chucking kids into pork pies, we chuck them into hamburgers instead.
Suddenly I've lost my appetite.
Give it a modern slant.
Let's have a look. Here we go.
It came from the kitchen! Don't worry, ma'am, I've got it. Boy.
Amazing, mate, amazing. Pass my thanks on to Basil the Rat.
I will do, bud, will do.
So congratulations to you for that. That must be a big thrill, a big responsibility. Was it scary being a director?
It's as scary as you want it to be. I mean, you surround yourself by good technicians and good people. But I mean, I directed 6 episodes of Doctors for the BBC,
yes.
and I'd worked for the Co-operative British Youth Film Academy, who I did this film with, as an actor since 2006. So one quite drunken night, the producer said, "Do you fancy directing your first feature film?" So after the 3rd scotch, I said yes, and everything looked wonderful.
Was that a protection against ageism, or?
Well, I'm not so sure, but it was just one of those, typical theatrical boozy nights. But 2 years down the line, I'm so glad I said yes. Yeah. I'm so glad that 3rd scotch.
Clint Eastwood was glad he said yes as well.
Absolutely so, and he said, "Here, I love it. I watch his films all the time."
Great.
Yeah, as I said.
And this will go on theatrical release. I mean, the thing about this is we'll see this when?
You will. Hopefully, you will see it by the spring. Mm-hmm. We finished it last year, and hopefully it will go, and then maybe to television and things like that. So,
Now, one of the things that's very different about this is the involvement of what's called the British Youth Film Academy. Tell me about that, what's involved in that, and why you believe in this so much.
Well, why it's so special to me is because I've been an actor, since dinosaur years, and I used to work for, the Children's Film Foundation, which is very similar to that.
Yeah.
And the Co-operative fund us to go out and make films. And I was an actor for 2 years, and I thought, let's start making films. And people from 14 to 25, they're undergraduates at all colleges all around the country, and they get a chance to work the camera, work on sound and makeup, all behind the scenes. They get a chance to act in it, they get a chance to write some scenes. So it's sort of a leg up in the industry for them that they may never ever get a chance to do professionally. So it's almost like when you were a kid, you went out and you did an apprenticeship.
Yeah, I do think, because we're in an industry, of course, which trains lots of people and then doesn't give them any jobs at the end of it. So that is very important. Jackie is bursting to talk to you about football. So she is, because Todd, he's a big West Ham man.
Come on, you Irons, we did it last night.
Yeah, what did you think of the result last night? And do you think Avram Grant should stay, or should they get rid of him today? Because there's a board meeting today.
I know there's a board meeting today. It's always the way, isn't it? I mean, we won with 10 men last night, and I watched it with my 10-year-old son, and I thought once we got that, our player got sent off, we were gonna, go
But
down.
you also won with a lucky goal.
We did the goal. I mean, God, Carlton Cole, God bless him. His fine finishing was wonderful. My son said he could have done a lot better. But listen, we got the results, and we've got to go to St Andrews. I don't know. I mean, there's talks of Sam Allardyce, and there's talks of Martin O'Neill. So I don't know. I wouldn't be surprised in football if by the time I get home and have my porridge that he'll be gone.
We were discussing this morning whether fans loved Avram Grant, or whether the players loved him, but the fans didn't quite get to that point. I mean, as a fan, do you think he's a good manager or not?
Well, I think we're bottom of the table for so I'm not sure. I mean, we'll know come May, but he doesn't have the personality of Harry Redknapp, which West Ham fans love. They love a good.
Well, do you know the only thing is the FA Cup final last year was Chelsea Portsmouth, wasn't it? He was applauded, obviously, by both sets of fans. I watched him at Wembley, and he did seem to be very highly regarded there by both of them. Are you still watching Dancing on Ice?
I didn't catch it. I was playing table tennis with my son, so I didn't get a chance to see it. But
you were very funny on it.
Well, thank you very much.
You didn't mean to be funny, Charlotte.
Finest moments when you careered off the stage into the background.
Well, no, I'm an Olympic coach, so if anybody wants to know anything about ice skating, you've got my number.
So many talents for you, Todd. If somebody wants to get involved in this, they're watching this today and they say that British Youth Film Academy, how could we get involved in that?
Well, you can tap in on the web, of course. The Co-operative British Youth Film Academy, and it's got classes all over the summer. They make a film every single year. and you just tap in, you'll see exactly how to get involved. But I'm very passionate about it. It's a great organisation.
Sure. And your leading lady in The Perfect Burger, I believe, was Pauline Quirk, one of my favourite people, Pauline Quirk.
Oh, Pauline, she was fantastic, and she also, when we were there for the BYFA, when she wasn't on set, she was giving masterclasses to all the kids. They absolutely fell in love with her. But they're passionate. I mean, if you had a lighted match beside them, they're like fireworks. They're just ready to fly off into the sky. Okay. Wonderful. I wholly recommend if you want to come along in the summer.
Very contagious, very enthusiastic about it. Good seeing you, Todd.
Thank you very much
indeed. Charlotte, what are people saying about driving in the middle of the motorways and